Hi everyone, welcome to Eden's Secret. It is time to make some Christmas products. In fact, it is way over time to make some Christmas products. So I'm going to make some snowman cupcakes today, but they're going to be pink. I decided this year I want my colour scheme to be mint, pale pink, rich pink, maybe some turquoises and blues in there. Just doing some different colours that are out of the norm instead of like a gingerbread house being the colour of gingerbread. Let's do it in some other colour. I don't know if I'm sure I will make gingerbread houses because everybody asks for them every year. Everybody loves them. So first up we're making some pink snowmen. So for the snowmen, I mean, I know I use this colour loads, but it's just beautiful. Whether you want it rich or just light, it's just perfect. So I'm sure any neon pink will be great, but I use the pink 201 from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. And I've already put it into my soap batter. And as I say, I don't want it too dark. I'm just going to pour yeah, I've got 1.4 kilos in there, so I'm going to put a full ounce of fragrance into that. People ask how much fragrance do I use. It's about 1 ounce per kilo. And what is a kilo? If you're overseas and you're not on metric, it's £2. It looks a little bit orange at the moment because of the olive oil in my soap. So I'm hoping it doesn't set orange. I'm sure once it's cooled down, because it is warm at the moment, it'll change colour. Right, so let's start pouring. I'm going to fill these up quite high this time. Again, I know every time I use these moulds, people ask where I got them from, but I'm absolutely sure they're not available anymore. There are others that are similar, but these, they're not straight-sided. Obviously they do flower out, but the ones that I see that are similar are much more spread out. So they're shallow in the bottom and they fan out so much more. I haven't ever seen any moulds that are like this. So if anybody does see any, please share that in a link in your comment if you want to. If you don't mind sharing. Back in the old days, I say in the old days because I've been doing this for 14 years now, making soap, that is. My YouTube channel isn't quite 10 years old yet. So the fragrance I'm using is Winter Fireside, and that is from Scent Perfect. It soaps beautifully, it doesn't discolour. It doesn't move fast. So it's just a really nice fragrance to soak with. and the fragrance holds very well as well, which means that the fragrance stays in the soap after saponification. Now is a great time to buy from the UK because the pound is so weak over here. When I first started soaping, for instance, like the USA, it was $1.95 to the pound. So it was almost double. If you wanted to buy from England, it was costing you almost double what your dollar was worth. But not now. It's about 1.20 to the pound, so it's more or less the same. So if you're paying, say, £5 for a bar of soap, it might be £6, if that. $6, I mean, for your soap. I mean, other countries are different, obviously, but I'm just using the US as an instance. Right, so I'm really hoping and praying that these go back to pink. I'm sure they will, but you never know. You never know. Okay, so it does look orange, but it is getting pinker as it's cooling down. So it's nearly at consistency now for piping. I'm just going to wait a tiny bit longer and then get going with that. Hope my head wasn't in the way there. Okay, so it's now time to pipe. Actually, I'm just going to put a dot in the centre of each one. And I'm using just obviously a round nozzle, which are the hardest nozzles to get used to using. And I've just been watching Caroline Hirons. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's a British YouTuber who's an expert in skincare, and she's just launched this awesome winter box of skincare from, I think, all different companies. Probably her favourites. And yeah, I just think she's really good. She knows her stuff. And I've found some other channels on YouTube that I like. Another one it's another Disney channel, and she's a British Disney vlogger. And she's called A Clary Tale. She's really delicate and gentle, and I just love people like that. And of course, the new Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson series is out. Now, there was a lot of drama in May. I think it was May last year. Now, I think I'd heard of Shane, and I think I'd heard of Jeffree, and I think I'd heard of Tatty, but I hadn't heard of James Charles, the other one. And at the time, I actually did a video about the drama, because there's so much drama goes on. It doesn't matter which community you're in, whether it's the Disney community or the soap making community or the beauty community. I'm sure every community is exactly the same, and that's why you've just got to take no notice of it. But I didn't ever watch any of their videos, and the YouTube seemed to be absolutely hammered with videos about all this drama that was going on. So of course I did watch some of it, not because I like drama, but just because it was there, and it was just everywhere you look, so it was like you couldn't avoid it. And I did have my opinions of it at the time, and as I say, I did a video about it, just because you know, I wanted to relate to how it does, you know, drama happens everywhere, like I said before. Anyway, I decided not to upload the video, and what's come out of all that is I absolutely love watching Jeffree Star. He is so intelligent, he's so clever, he's so on the ball. His mind is going 50 times faster than everybody else's. And I just think he's so funny. Naturally funny. I love the way he makes the videos. I love the way he does his makeup, far much more than any of the others. I definitely prefer his looks to all the other YouTubers that do beauty. You know what I really love? I love that he hasn't got any eyebrows. Does that sound crazy? I just think that's why he looks so much cooler than anybody else, because he hasn't got any eyebrows, and eyebrows are so fashionable right now. And I just think the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab is absolute genius. I preferred the last one, the one that was done last year, to one that they're doing this time. It seems a bit dragged out. I like the real life stuff, you know, the behind the scenes. I prefer watching those videos. I know it's ridiculous, but I like watching when he goes eating at places and all these junk food places. It makes you want to eat that stuff, but what's weird is when you go and eat it, it's never as nice as it looks on camera. But yeah, I just much prefer the behind the scenes videos of like his real life. I'm not as keen on Shane. I think his videos seem really dragged out somehow. But Jeffree, I think he's awesome. And he's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I don't like what he looks like in the past, but now the way he does his makeup and that, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And John's like, what are you watching? And I've also started watching Adam Hatton. He has a Disney Channel, but I don't like him as much as I like the Trackers. I really like the Trackers. They're having a baby, and you know, they thought they couldn't have kids and all that, so it's just so special for them. Right, I haven't ended up with, I know why, I've made these enormous, haven't I? Because I've filled the bottoms higher, I've piped the same amount on the top that I usually pipe on, and they don't even look like snowmen. I wonder if they'll look like snowmen once I put some eyes and some buttons and a scarf on there. I don't know, you know. I really should have... I might just cut the tops off these and have the 2 layers. The blob needs to be different, but I might spoil it if I cut them off. Let's have a go. No, I think we'll be okay, you know. Gonna have to clean the scissors after every cut. Because I was talking, I haven't paid enough attention to what I'm doing, because this next blob needs to look like a head, doesn't it? And this blob doesn't look like a head, it just looks like a poop. It either works or it doesn't, so we'll see. If it doesn't, we'll just make some more. Whoops, now that one I've totally ruined. All of you who have been asking me about doing classes, this is something I've been asked for years and years and years. People have asked me if I do them. I don't, but I've got something coming up in the pipeline where I'm going to be able to do something for you. So I know a lot of you have asked in years gone by, and a lot have asked this year. Probably seems like forever that it's taken me to get around to it. Uh-oh! I'm just making a right hash up of this now. So yeah, as I say, I've got something in the pipeline that I'm hoping is going to work for you. So just keep tuning in, and once it's ready I'll let you know. So the one I've made an absolute hash of, I'm going to use the soap that's on there. I'm going to take that. I'm going to scrape that back into the jug. But not the base, because the base is already, it's not set fully, but it's set a lot compared to the top. I'm going to pop what I've taken off back into the piping bag. So the YouTube channels I'm talking about, I'll put a link to their channels in the description box below, just in case you haven't heard of them. I'm sure you have. There's no way I would want, I know they make a fortune, these big YouTubers, but the drama that goes along with it and the accusations and the hate that goes along with it, I just wouldn't want that. Not at all. Right, let's have a go then. So, see if it looks, I mean this one's not very good either. But we could maybe turn it, no, it's not good, that one. I'm just going to take that out. Right, now let's put something on, hope it looks like a head. No. I'm just going to do it anyway and see what they look like when they're finished. In a way, they probably don't look any different to how they looked before. But I want to wrap a scarf around the neck, just a piece of ribbon. But it might look more like a snowman once we get a hat on it and some eyes. It just doesn't look neat enough, does it? Not at all. I don't know. What do you think? I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with it and see how they turn out. If they're not good enough, then they'll end up as seconds. They're massive as well, absolutely massive. Oh, these are a disaster. Not happy with those at all. That one is a mess. This one's not too bad. Look at the state of that one. That's not much better. Need a redo, I think. These are going to go as seconds. There's no way I can sell them as perfect. Well, I mean, my soaps are not perfect. I don't sell perfect soaps because perfect soaps are machine made, aren't they? Obviously, each one is a little bit unique when you hand pipe everything, but it's just not working at all. Okay, so you can see on the back what I've done, and they're just a mess. I've decided to go for a different technique, and I'm actually using a different fragrance as well. The colour of the ones in the back's just not right. It's just not what I want. And I think it's because I had a lot of olive oil in there. So there's not as much olive oil in this one. And I've just thought, pink, what do Lush do at Christmas that everybody adores? Probably their best-selling smell is Snow Fairy. So I thought, why don't I do Snow Fairy Snowmen? So the technique I'm going to try is I'm just going to pipe onto the cake like that. And then I'm going to do the same again for the next level. And I've actually not put as much in the bases either. I'm thinking it needs to be more snowman than base. It's looking better already. I think it's the head part that's the hard part. So I don't know, I might as well pipe the heads on now. I do think it looks better already, do you? And this Snow Fairy is from, again, Soap Suppliers. I think their fragrances are really good and they're very affordable. You can see the colour's looking better already as well. Okay, so you can see on the back what I've done, and they're just a mess. I've decided to go for a different technique, and I'm actually using a different fragrance as well. The colour of the ones in the back's just not right. It's just not what I want. And I think it's because I had a lot of olive oil in there. So there's not as much olive oil in this one. And I've just thought, pink, what do Lush do at Christmas that everybody adores? Probably their best selling smell is Snow Fairy. So I thought, why don't I do Snow Fairy Snowman? So the technique I'm going to try is I'm just going to pipe onto the cake like that. And then I'm going to do the same again for the next level. And I've actually not put as much in the bases either. I'm thinking it needs to be more snowman than base. It's looking better already. I think it's the head part that's the hard part. So I don't know, I might as well pipe the heads on now. I do think it looks better already, do you? And this Snow Fairy is from, again, Soap Suppliers. I think their fragrances are really good and they're very affordable. You can see the colours looking better already as well. Okay, so I've decided they're an utter disaster. From disaster to disastrous, or disastrous to disaster, whatever. When I watch the video back, they don't look like snowmen to me. They look like bleep bleep bleeps. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'll probably just give them away free in orders. Like this guy, his eyes popped off, so that's probably going to happen when I'm shipping them, so I just cannot ship them. I mean, look at that one. It's just a mess. Absolute disaster. So we won't be having any snowman cupcake soaps this year. I've got some other ideas instead. I'm not going to do anything novelty. I'm just going to do things in the Christmas colours that I discussed earlier, that I told you about. And then people who buy over a certain quantity will get one of these free in with their Christmas order, while stocks last. Declan actually likes them, but I think they're hideous. They're horrible. I hate them. Sorry. Sorry, little pink snowman. All lined up and ready for action. Some of them look mean as anything. I'm sure you can guess what I think they look like, but I am the biggest prude on the planet. Seriously. And I don't like that kind of talk. I hate it. Actually, that's why I'm not so keen on Shane Dawson, because all his sexual innuendos kind of make my stomach churn. I know Jeffrey does it a bit, but I don't know. I'm not saying he does it in a tasteful way. It's just not as crude. So I'm not saying I don't like Shane. I do like him, but I don't love him. I love Jeffrey because Well, he really is like an alien. He looks like an alien, and I mean that in the best possible way. He's so interesting to look at. Anyway, that's that for our... I mean, they might look nice to you on the screen all together like that, but I don't know, maybe I could sell them off. The thing is, even if I sell them off for half price, the eyes might pop off. That one doesn't. No, they're not stuck on hard enough. So there's another one-eyed snowman. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon for another video from Eden's Secret. Bye bye for now.